very, very powerful. So the picks from CLG, I gotta say I like them more.
I don't even know. Can Graves can't quick draw over Anivia's Crystallize, right?
I believe she can.
Can
She
he?
can.
Okay. Okay.
I've never actually tried it or remembered seeing it, but I'm pretty sure he can since a lot of heroes can jump over it.
I'm pretty sure it's gonna be. It's gonna happen eventually.
Actually, I don't know. I don't know. Most likely not, now that I think about it.
He can. Some people are saying he can, but we'll see. Because I'm sure that situation will come up eventually where he's gonna have to quick draw over a Crystallize. But right now, it looks like CLG doing a little bit of invade, putting down a kind of ward over in EG's Wraith camp. It looks like they're just going to back off after that so they can keep tabs on the jungle of Malphite right there. Malphite's a jungler that normally just goes Wolves blue buff, right? I mean, there's really no other route he can take, or is there?
Yeah, he can take any route that he pleases, but starting with blue buff is the best thing since it allowed him to continue into the jungle. And right now they're gonna get spotted by this, but he's gonna want to start blue buff, especially because he has the rocket on his side when he starts on blue side, which is gonna allow him to stay at full health, clearing those two camps, and perhaps even being able to clear it without using a smite, which will help his jungling times by quite a large amount.
And he did start Boots 3 pots. He's now working his way over to the Wraith camp, so potentially seeing an early red from Malphite, I think.
I think he may go for just a Wraith into blue buff because EG does have that ward in the river in the bush entrance, so they are somewhat aware that CLG isn't really coming.
And it looks like Aframu and Soraka are going to go ahead and Nat rather are going to go ahead and take the wolves from Malphite's camp. So it looks like he is going to go straight from Wraiths to the red buff, pick that up. In the meantime, Vayne and Alistar down bot taking their own double golems, going to give Hotshot a little help with the red buff. Is he going to do a smiteless, or is he just no? It looks like he is probably going to smite that. I'm assuming.
And he is not going to smite it.
Okay.
They know that Malphite started red buff because of the ward that they placed in the Wraith entrance, so that's going to be able to pinpoint the path that Malphite's taking. So right now CLG should know that Malphite is going to do his blue buff about this time, and that's going to help Hotshot in the jungle be able to know where Malphite's position is, so he's going to be playing a lot more confident in the jungle, less fearful of any counter jungling attempts from Malphite.
Okay, so both junglers now doing their blue buffs. It looks like they will finish just about the same time. Nocturne is a little bit ahead. Now he's transitioning, it looks like, up top to help his Rumble out. The lane is pretty much even right there. It's dead even, essentially, on creeps. Riven has a tiny bit of a push, but Nocturne is going to come into the Tribe Rush and come from behind. He has all three of his abilities here, so he's going to be able to spell shield a potential Key Burst from Riven, and here he comes out. Key Burst is leveled from Wings. Will he get the spell shield? Yes, he spell shields the Key Burst. Actually, don't think he did there. I think he was a little bit too late on it. I think he's actually spell shielded one of the Broken Wings actives, and actually did get stunned by the Key Burst.
Even then though, Voyboy missed his two Electro Harpoons, which managed allowed Riven to just use her Broken Wings freely and just escape that gank with just her dancing around. So I think that was a little bit of a mishap from Voyboy, but even then, it did put some pressure, and now Hotshot being able to steal the big Wraith while Malphite stole the entire camp from Nocturne.
And Hotshot gonna get almost spotted there by the Malphite. Actually, he's gonna turn around, and no confrontation there. There's some pings. EG does know where Nocturne is at this current point in time. He's gonna move down and find that all of his race were taken by Malphite at the same time as he was taking Malphite's race. Meantime, up top, Voidboy putting on some good damage against Riven up there, forced to burn one of her potions as well as he. He did pick up an early ward there, so he hasn't. He trying to. Did he start Boots 2 pots and a potion? Is that it? Is
Huh.
that even a thing?
I didn't even notice
Or
that.
2 pots and a ward?
He must have started with one pot on the ward.
I just saw him burn a potion now. Unless he may
Oh.
have stayed back. He may have stayed back and waited for the 35 extra gold and done a new potion. I'm not quite sure, but he does have a ward in his inventory, and he does place it in that Tribe Rush after Malphite comes out to give a little bit of a poke on him. Malphite has recalled right now, so Voidboy is left in a one-on-one situation against Riven, and Riven able to put out a lot of damage on him, even through that scrap shield of Voidboy's.
And I think this is going to be maybe first blood.
And we could potentially see it. Yes, the Ignite is going to come off onto Voyboy. He turns around for the Electro Harpoon. Riven needs about one more hit, but the flash will save Voyboy's life over that wall. A great flash right there. Almost first blood going out. Hotshot could do a lot of damage here to Riven. The red buff is being applied. The Valor will protect from a lot of damage of the Dustbringer. He may want to tower dive this. He doesn't. I feel like he could have flashed and gotten one more auto attack and drawn first blood right there.
That was flashing for that would have been quite risky because Riven could have just used her key burst and stunned him immediately because the fact that his Shroud of Darkness was down. But he's gonna be looking to push this lane, make sure that when Riven comes back to this, she's gonna be missing a lot of experience from it, and Malphite is not around to soak up that experience. So Riven staying dangerously close there.
But she is putting down a lot of damage onto Nocturne, going to force him to back and spend his gold at this current point in time. In the meantime, in mid, 33 CS on Anivia to 31 CS of Ahri, so they're staying relatively even. Both champions, of course, will have massive, great wave clears by the end of the game, so the farm will shoot up exponentially as the game goes on. But Anivia versus Ahri, I mean, Anivia has her egg. She can play a little bit more aggressively. When they're both level 6, which they did just reach, who do you think is going to be able to draw first blood
Again,
here?
it's all about being outplayed. If Anivia's spells are much easier to land than Ahri's because she only needs to activate her E and then R right below her, which is quite easy to do so. And that does a massive amount of damage because it does have a 1-to-1 scaling ratio of ability power. But now Ahri does have her combo, I feel like she does more damage considering that she has 32 ability power right now, but only 30 MR. So she's not running any magic resist runes, unlike Anivia, who is. So the damage from Ahri is definitely going to be higher, but Anivia will most likely be able to survive anything that Ahri has to dish out because she has Egg and because she has her magic resist runes. And I think they're not going to be aggressive on each other though. It's going to take quite a bit for any of them to kill each other in the lane just because of how hard both are to kill. So it's going to come down to whichever jungler gets level 6 and comes to the middle lane first.
Yeah, and Anivia getting very, very low on mana, gonna back with about 1,400 gold here. Probably gonna buy perhaps a Catalyst, I would presume. Oh, she does go Tear the Goddess, so she can build that into an Archangel Staff, or just keep it for the giant mana pool that it's going to give her. Blue buff should be up relatively shortly, so I'm assuming Hotshot, if he's playing right, should probably donate that to Anivia.
Yeah, and most definitely Anivia should start getting every blue buff after the second one.
In the meantime, Hotshot taking an Ignite straight to the face from Ahri, but not a lot of mana to follow up. But she is going to tower dive this, and the Spirit Rush does pick up a great kill onto Nocturne. And Hotshot, our Big Fat, is in hot pursuit right now. A nice Ignite, and the Flash Frost will take down Ahri as well. But Ahri able to draw first blood on Hotshot right there. So people were kind of calling it, and it definitely happened.
Yeah, getting a bit misusing his spell shield. Actually used it when Ahri's cooldowns were down, which didn't really block anything except tell Ahri, alright, just strike as soon as his spell shield goes down, and that's exactly what she did. So first blood goes to her with a tower dive, but she did blow ultimate and did blow both of her summoner spells in the same note. So did Anivia. So now both junglers are going to hit level 6, and whoever gets to middle lane first, it will most likely net a kill for their team just because of the strength that a Malphite gank at level 6 and the Nocturne gank at level 6 has.
Yes, indeed. And that kill would have been made a lot easier for Big Fat had he landed his Crystallize. He put Ahri on the wrong side of his Crystallize, and he was forced to burn Flash and Ignite to get that kill. Had he got the Crystallize on the right side of her, the tower would have done all the work for him, and he wouldn't have had to burn either of his Summoner spells. But just like you said, both mid Summoner spells are down. Actually, Ahri didn't have to burn Flash, so she is okay there.
Oh, Ahri doesn't have flash. Okay, I didn't even
Yeah, she
notice
just
that.
Spirit Rushed over the Crystallize, I think, or right before the Crystallize.
Looks like Malphite's going for a gank on bottom lane.
Hotshot is going to go ahead and get his own red buff and then potentially come down bot. He is 6 now, so he does have that long range paranoia to get into a fight if he needs to, if a skirmish breaks out. Malphite kind of wasting a little bit of time down here waiting for a nice gank, but the lane of Vayne and Alistar is pushing just a hair, so I think he's going to be able to capitalize on this.
Ahri's coming down bottom for a tower dive 4-on-2 and gets spotted by 2 wards.
Yeah, and this could be bad for Ari right here, and unless she's able to get out. Nocturne Paranoia does come down. There's a great Crystallize, forcing to burn her flash. And the the third of her Spirit Rush, that's going to egg Anivia right there. See if Hotshot can do anything to protect the Anivia. It looks like he is going to be able to. The Charm does land on there. Orb of Deception, both passes, does take down Anivia. Malphite Ultimate, just for good measure, will secure the kill on her. That egg had little to no chance. Meanwhile, up top, Riven and Voyboy exchanging some damage. The Equalizer, not enough to equalize that fight down there. The Ignite will take down Rumble, and Riven is going to be sitting at 1 kill with 65 CS, 3 Doran's Blades already. That's looking really good for Wings of Death up there right now.